Hello world! Booking.com is a website where you can book hotels, flights and hotels, and so on. It's one of the most popular sites on the interwebs for booking trips. However, some interesting new revelations, and more importantly, allegations, have been made public in a new book, titled The Machine, Under the Spell of Booking.com. The book details how in 2016 an employee of the website stumbled across an unauthorized intrusion. An unknown individual had gained access to the booking system through a poorly secured server. The breach involved names of booking customers and their travel plans, which at first might sound like an odd target. Why would anyone care about the holiday plans of random people? Well, intelligence services have a vibrant history of targeting travel companies, but more on why in a bit. The data breach was internally named the pin leak due to the reservation pins also being stolen by the intruders. After 2 whole months of analysis, which included hiring private investigators and even the help of the Dutch intelligence service the AIVD, because the website is based in the Netherlands, a peculiar discovery was made. The hack was attributed to an individual who's only being identified as Andrew. It was determined that this Andrew is an American who worked for a company which carries out operations on behalf of US intelligence services. Which intelligence service? Well, you're going to have to guess. There's 18 or so of them. This is all we know about Andrew. However, I can't help but feel like something isn't right about all of this. For Andrew's true identity to be exposed, he must have been a pretty awful spy. Or maybe not a spy at all. I've seen some criticism levied that the vagueness of the claims and the fact that absolutely no evidence has been provided points to the possibility that this story is being pumped up by the authors to get publicity for their new book. And to be honest, it's a fair criticism. Books typically don't make much money, and you've got 3 authors here splitting the cash. And as I understand it, the book isn't wholly about the hack, but rather about the rise of Booking.com as a company and all the drama associated with that. But then again, intelligence agencies do love hacking travel companies. We'll get to why momentarily. But one of the other areas of controversy surrounding all of this is that Booking.com made the decision to keep the intrusion a secret, not even informing their customers that, by the way, your holiday plans are probably in the hands of the NSA or something like that. However, given this took place before GDPR was even a thing, the laws surrounding disclosure were a little more murky. Under privacy laws applicable at the time, a company was required to notify affected persons of data theft when the breach in question would likely have adverse effects on the private lives of individuals. Now, obviously this is a very debatable standard and open to interpretation, though I don't know about you, but potentially becoming the target of a US intelligence spying operation sounds like it falls under this category, but what would I know? However, the question of why even hack a travel company remains. Travel companies hold information on who will be where and when. If their databases can be successfully hacked, you can potentially catch targets outside of their natural habitat, bug their rooms, follow them around, etc. These could be people on terrorist watch lists, foreign officials, diplomats, or even influential business people. In fact, in 2013, documents leaked by Edward Snowden revealed a top-secret operation helmed by UK spying agency GCHQ, which focused on monitoring the hotel bookings of foreign officials all over the world. The operation was titled Royal Concierge, and leaked PowerPoint slides show it even had a logo, a little penguin wearing a crown, cape and holding a scepter. How cool is that? Anyway, only a couple of PowerPoint slides were leaked by Snowden, so the technical details of exactly how this operation worked aren't public. However, we do know that GCHQ had some kind of a system in place to monitor reservations made using email addresses that ended in .gov, an extension typically used by diplomats. From partially redacted logs, you can see hotels in Zurich, Singapore, Hong Kong, and even the UAE were targeted. The aim here to gather information for what's being described in the documents as human intelligence and close access technical operations. In other words, operatives on the ground could bug and surveil targets. In response to the leaks, GCHQ said that it neither confirms nor denies the allegation. Leave a comment below. Do you think the Booking.com hack went down as the whistleblowers claim, or does this whole story just sound like some kind of a marketing ploy for their new book? I'm a little torn. It's very believable US intelligence had a hand in this, but the lack of any evidence or specificity doesn't help the story. Big thank you to Roboform for sponsoring this video. I personally use and recommend their password manager, and it's currently 50% off for this month only. Roboform keeps your passwords encrypted until you need them, and notifies you if any of your passwords have been included in a data breach, helping you stay secure. Roboform is one of the OGest password managers. They've been around since the 90s. Use the link in the description to grab an annual subscription for just $12. $12! And there's a 30-day refund policy if you aren't happy with Roboform for any reason. If you enjoy this kind of video, make sure to help me out by fondling the like button for the YouTube AI, as well as turning on those sub notifications. If you want to see what goes on behind the scenes, make sure to follow me on the Instagrams. I'm @Jonty. I will of course link it in the description. And if you're looking for something to watch next, go check out my previous video on how banking malware is using ancient encryption to fool antivirus scanners. As always, sources will be linked in the video description. Stay tuned for more hacking videos, and have a good one.